This is the BMW M4 GT3 from Turner Motorsport, and today we are going to take a look at why this particular casting that represents in the IMSA tournament is a brilliant add to your collection. That's right, you heard me. We're going to check this out today. Now, I'm sure for those who have been following me for a while, you guys might recognize the model, and that is because very recently we actually did this review from RdnRacing. Now, surprisingly, you guys really liked the car, and so I thought today would be quite interesting to have this particular car out and just take a look at it and see why this particular car is worth having in your collection. So what we're going to do, obviously the box is very plain, so what we're going to do, we're going to dive right straight out of the box and into the car. And boom, check it out. We have this car out. Now, compared to the RdnRacing, I'm just going to place the car in the background right there. Compared to that particular car, this car has a lot more details, a lot more character, I would say. And I think that's really very interesting to see. Now, I gotta say, with MiniGT and with all of these castings, especially from the IMSA lineup, they are really doing a fabulous job. Now, for this particular casting, obviously we'll get into the little information and background of the car in a bit, but we're gonna start off with a walkthrough of the entire car. Now, obviously it is covered in this gray and blue paint job, which is a very nice, I would say, color combination, right? And it's very well done. Now, obviously we've got Macintosh right here, the number 97 right there. We've got wing mirrors, and these are rubber wing mirrors obviously, but they are painted green. They do look nice, I gotta say, not gonna lie. Actually really go well with the entire color scheme, right? I think that's the word, color scheme of it. Obviously over here you guys can see the exhaust pipe right there. Let me try to see if the focus is all right. Do you guys can see the exhaust pipe right there? A bunch of decals right there, the sponsor decals, right? The wheels, they spin amazingly well as usual. Now, you guys remember this very unique fender shape that we spoke about in the previous video as well. They brought it forward for this as well. Now in the front, the iconic yellow headlights. So obviously in the front we have the iconic, right, the yellow headlight temples right there, the Macintosh written on the hood, and then obviously these musical symbols, what do you call them, symbols, right, that go all across the entire car. Now that's a very, very nice little touch. I didn't notice it when we were talking about this, or we were talking about this side, but when you move to the front, you guys can actually see this entirely throughout. And because of the way the decals are placed, there's actually a bit of a texture on the car as well. Now obviously in the front we've got a massive BMW grille as well, which is a very nice touch, very nice thing to see. Now I know a lot of you people hate that grille, but I think it's quite interesting. I gotta say, it's quite unique, and it's a very interesting and very cool thing. Oops, sorry about that, but it's a very interesting and very cool thing to say, nevertheless. Now on the left side of the vehicle, exactly the same. Anyways, obviously we've got the same Macintosh decal right there, the 97 decal right there, and obviously there's nothing much for me to talk about because it's the same. What I want to talk about is the back, because Girth Nation, you have yourself a view, check that out. That diffuser is massive, guys, and you know what's bigger than the diffuser? That wing, because boy oh boy, that's a brilliant massive wing. Obviously it says Macintosh at the top right there, and it's a very, very nicely done wing. I think this is called a swan neck or something, right? Because it looks like a swan. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if I'm right. Let me know in the comments what this spoiler is, if I kind of botched the name. And obviously in the back we have plastic rear light temples as well right there, and once again massive diffuser, which is very nicely done. Now we're going to talk about the the engine details for this particular car. Now this car, I apologize, has a BMW P58 3-liter straight 6 production engine with M twin power turbo technology, and this generates up to 590 brake horsepower. Now that depends on the class regulations, because you guys know this IMSA, so there are a lot of class restrictions and regulations for things like the horsepower especially. So this can go up to 590, but at the end of the day, it depends on the class regulations. Unfortunately, besides that, I couldn't really find a lot of information about this particular car, which to me seemed kind of odd. But then recently I've been doing a bit of research, and I kind of feel like all the teams, when they participate in IMSA, they are quite strict in terms of the information that they kind of make public, right? And so what I want to say is Rs Vending, or the Rs Vending that sent me over this car, they was actually kind enough to send me his own personal collection. And this is the exact same model, but from the year before. Now, this particular car in blue, they did win second place last year. However, this particular car took part in the 2022 WeatherTech Sports Car Championship season. And honestly, both these cars look very, very different, I gotta say. You guys can see the difference in decal and livery between the two particular cars right here, albeit, you know, they were from the same racing team. So it's very nice to see the kind of like evolution, in a sense, right, that they went on from this white car with the liquid moly as the main sponsor to this black and blue with Macintosh as the main sponsor. So you guys can see, obviously, the main difference obviously is in the numbering is different as well, but the main sponsor is different as well. The liquid moly is here on the sides, but here Macintosh gets the bigger door frame. And besides that, the rest of it is all more or less the same. Honestly, both cars look very, very unique, right? Both of these cars actually look quite similar, which I gotta say is very, very interesting. It almost looks like a Hot Wheels twin pack kind of situation, right? But it's not, it's different, and this is a lot more worth than your Hot Wheels twin packs for sure. But yeah, once again, this car is the car I would say the main attraction of this show, because check it out. We've got 3 BMW M4 right here. They look so similar yet so different. I cannot explain to you what I mean by that, but it's just the way the cars look. These are very, very, I wasn't always a BMW fan, but I think looking at this and, you know, following IMSA for quite some time now, doing research and stuff, I think it's beginning to attract my attention, I gotta say, for sure. And this car, all in all, looks brilliant. Now, before we continue, I ask you guys to remember to click on the subscribe button in the bottom and leave comments, and obviously click on the notification bell icon for future updates, because Rs Vending, who was kind enough to send us this car over this week, sends us cars every week, guys. We've got these 2 cars in the background as well. We're gonna do future videos on this, so stay tuned. If you guys are not subscribed, you guys are gonna miss out on these videos, guys. So be sure to hit the subscribe button and stay notified. I'm also going to tag all my socials in the description down below, so do be sure to check my socials out, because I do post videos on all platforms: Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and obviously YouTube as well. Now in the comments as well, let me know what you guys think about this particular casting. Let me know in the comments if you guys like this particular casting. I think, you know, it's a very respectable casting, and guys, especially this exhaust outlet in the front. I think that's one of the sickest and nicest and meanest and just beautiful thing. I don't know, it's just something that really attracts my attention. I kind of like it, not gonna lie. Once again, message out to Rs Vending. I'm gonna tag them in the description down below, so be sure to check them out. But just so that, guys, this video's over. I'll see you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.